Hey guys, BlackWolf066 here with another speed build. Now, before I talk about the actual build, I just want to say a few things. First and foremost, I want to apologize for this video being late today. It had been a very long week last week, and I also had to celebrate 3 birthdays on top of that. I know it's no excuse, I know, but I was just still too tired to sit down at the end of the day and record or edit anything. So all week I couldn't do it. I was just so tired. So again, I'm sorry guys. I do think, but I do have to thank you for your patience. It's greatly appreciated. Secondly, I want to credit a Jason Starling and his short video on how to upload apartments to the gallery, so you guys won't have to do anything but drag and drop it. I'll place a link in the description because it really did help me out. I mean, I thought I was going to have to delete walls or doors or whatever, which would then make you guys have to replace them, and I really didn't want that for you guys. Because when I download homes from the gallery, I want it to be done so I don't have to do anything. I might change a few things here and there, but I don't really want to be replacing stuff. So this little trick is actually a very awesome trick. And lastly, because of my poor timing to record and me running out of time to do that today, it's storming outside. It's coming and going. I think it's calmed down now. But it is storming outside, and my family is up. I usually record at night when everybody is asleep, because then I don't have to worry about noise. So I'm sorry if you hear background noise, but on the plus side, this is the shortest video I have done yet. None of my videos ever went below 22 minutes or something like that, so yay! Anyway, onward to the build. So my inspiration for this, I had a family of 3 in mind, and the background story for them that I had was maybe they had hit a bit, like a good bit of misfortune, and because of that it caused this chain reaction of sudden misfortune. So the background story is maybe one of them had lost their job, or both of them had lost their jobs, and they couldn't find another one, which then made their home get foreclosed, and they were forced to move in with one of their parents. So that little background story was the reason that gave me the idea of building this rundown apartment, which is kind of funny, because I was going to do a small home, or even the home of their parents, to make it look really, really cramped. I mean, since 3 more people come in, you know? So, but I don't know, my brain decided that it wanted to add more to the story, which then led to the final design of an apartment versus a home. I figured maybe one of the family members finally did find a job, but then I had the idea of maybe that job was too far out. It was in the city, and it was just too far out for them to commute every day to and back. So I figured maybe both of their parents helped them out enough just to get them started in this apartment. So then they move in there, and now they have to start over. Now, obviously, that's just my background and reasoning for building it. But you guys can make this family. You guys can make this a family starter for an apartment if you so choose, and you can come up with whatever story for your Sims that you want. This was just, again, my reasoning for building it. The only thing I do have to say is that when you're placing it, just make sure you're placing it before your Sims buy it. Because, what was it? Oh yeah, so because this is a room, which is under the career and mosaic section, because I really wasn't sure where to put this since it's an actual home and not just a room. So because of this being a room, it's taking the outside walls into consideration. So that's why it's making it above 20,000, I think, if you look up in the gallery for it. It's under the same name as the title of this video, by the way, and I will have the link in the description for anybody who wants to download it. But it took that amount into consideration because it really shouldn't be any more than like 14 or 15,000 simoleons. And I believe when all is said and done, you should have about 4,000 or 5,000 simoleons left over. So if there are things you'd like to add or take away and add, you have the funds to do so this time around. But I really was trying to make this home as bare and rundown and dirty as possible. And I absolutely love the Vampire Pack and their decals for me being able to do so, because it really allowed my idea to survive while I was building this. I also did play test everything, so everything should work. The only thing I had to change was the dresser cubby in the master bedroom, because my sim couldn't get through to go around to the other side of the bed or to the desk that I have, or even the dresser itself. They just couldn't get through. So I do end up changing that. I do shift it down, so everything should work. The only thing that you guys will sadly have to replace if you do plop this lot down are the curtains. Now, curtains really aren't a big deal. I usually don't use them anytime I build, or like anytime I build a home for my Sims to play. Like I can play with my Sims, because in the Sims, curtains, there's really no need for them. It's not like you have any peeping toms or anything like that. So I normally don't put them in there, but if you guys do want the curtains, you can replace them, or if you're like me, then that at least saves you the hassle of having to replace them. So the idea that I had, it's very cramped. The living room, I mean, I guess the foyer, the entry could have been a little smaller, but I didn't want to make anything too small, because the idea that I had drawn out, because I have 3 layouts that I drew up, and I actually did build the walls for each and every layout, and this that you're seeing is the final result that I finally picked to do. And this just worked out better for me, that it had just enough space for Sims to move about, just enough space for them to live. It's not, I guess, not comfortably, because it is kind of cramped, but it works, and you guys can change whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I did what I thought was best. And I really wanted to do, or to try my hand at like a water closet. Here, I don't know how everybody else calls it. I'm pretty sure some people call it water closet. I usually just call it like a supply closet, like for your water heater and stuff like that. So I really wanted to do that because I didn't want those pipes to show. I wanted to kind of hide that away from the home. Yeah, if I had left it, it would just make the house look more run down. I mean, the apartment look more run down. But I didn't really want to do that. So I do make a water closet, or whatever you guys will call it. And it is a pretty big closet, but at the same time, the other design that I had, it wouldn't allow me to place the walls so close, so that design ended up being the winner because I was able to do it. So you can have at it what you will. You can make it like a storage, as well as just the maintenance closet for the apartment, whatever you want to do for it. Doesn't really matter to me. And then I also wanted to try my hand at like a makeshift laundry, since, I mean, yeah, I know we're gonna get that soon with the new the new pack that they're working on that we all had to vote on, but I still wanted to make my own little like makeshift laundry because I've seen people do it, and I know that there's CC that people have probably downloaded too to do that. So, but I wanted to make a little makeshift one for you guys to be able to download because not everybody does CC. I don't do CC, at least not anymore. I guess it's already come and gone now from me ranting about how late I am, and I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I used the rundown cabinets for that one. There were other cabinets that I would have chosen had I wasn't going for the rundown look, because I know that they have like containers for those machines, like cabinets to hide the machines, and usually they just pull side by side, whereas this one, the cabinet that I had used does the side by side as well as a top drawer. So I did kind of have to shift that one cabinet down just to kind of make it look like, no, they're both just side doors. So there was that. It's not functional, but I figured it gave the apartment a little more character. And yeah, this is the dresser that I'm talking about. It ends up going back in that position where I had plopped it. I was trying to shift it because I didn't know if the computer desk that I end up putting in would be usable if I had just left it there. So I did shift it, but then when I was testing it, my sim couldn't get through, so I put it back, and everything works. They can still get to the desk, they can still use the dresser, they can still use both sides of the beds. So, yeah, so there's that. I also was just having a hard time matching the woods. Now, I guess I didn't really have to match woods, because it might have given the rundown look a little more character with having mixed-matched furniture. Sorry, mind fart. But I don't know. I figured maybe they were able to bring some of their stuff. Maybe they had to sell some of their stuff, and so that's the result of why some of that stuff is used and whatever else. Also, I was gonna put that file there because I was thinking of having my Sims use this apartment, and I was thinking that maybe the mother maybe find a job in the police force. So that was the idea that I had for that one, but who knows? But I didn't end up putting that in there. I just end up putting the standard book and lamp. So this should be coming to a close soon. I'm just kind of putting the last minute details in, like the paintings and stuff like that. I know that they're nice paintings, but again, that was the reason why I had the background story of maybe they got some help from both of their parents, just enough to like just to get the place. And I was thinking that some of this furniture is theirs too. Maybe they didn't have to sell everything. And not only that, what I'm thinking is probably most of the rest of their stuff is in storage, and this is all that they can bring with them. So most of the stuff I was thinking that they have already had. Some of the stuff maybe they had to sell in order to pay off bills and stuff like that, so maybe some of that furniture was replaced. Anyway, here's the screenshots. I really hope you guys enjoy this home. This I'm having an issue with. I don't understand why some of the ceiling walls are this color and then some of the ceiling walls are the white color. At this point, I was fiddling around with it and I couldn't get it to not be that way, so I stopped caring. Sorry if it's an eyesore for you guys, but hopefully if you're not doing free play, you don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah, there's the little makeshift, and then here's the closet. The makeshift laundry, and then the closet. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying my builds, and I'm hoping you guys are enjoying my videos so far. I really want to thank you guys for all your patience, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!